All right, it's Dynasty preview season. This just came in the mail from Legend Story Studios. Let's check it out. I'm gonna give you my first raw reactions of what is inside this. I don't know what the card is. I actually don't know what the card is. Let's check it out. Let's see. What? Okay, hold on, wait, what? What?
Some kill for honor or stature. Others kill for revolution or freedom. Me? Well, I'm a businessman. And business is good.
All right, everyone, I am so excited to finally talk about Eradicate and the Assassin class. If you are a longtime viewer of the channel, you might know just how excited I am for this. I even made my own custom Assassin cards a couple of years ago. Maybe we'll talk about that as we go on, but I just want to thank Legend Story Studios for including me in preview season and giving me an Assassin card, and not just that, an Assassin card that synergizes so well with other Assassin cards. This is kind of like the combo finisher. If you're familiar with World of Warcraft, this is like a rogue finisher. If other contract cards are like, you know, setups that you get your combo points, Eradicate is the finisher, and we'll talk about that. So yeah, let's talk about Eradicate. This is a 1-drop 4-attack Assassin action attack. Oh, I'm so stoked. It has 3 block. Check out the borders, dude. Check out the art. It's so sick. This one is a yellow version, and it has a new keyword, contract. You are contracted to banish opponents' yellow cards. Whenever you complete this contract, create a silver token. Now, contract actually lasts for the entire combat chain, and I have had, 100% confirmation of this mechanic from Legend Story Studios. Contract lasts for the entire combat chain. And then Eradicate also says, when this hits a hero, banish the top X cards of their deck, where X is the damage dealt by Eradicate. And why would that matter? Well, you want to banish cards to fulfill that contract to generate the silver. And why would you want to generate silver? Well, you can use that silver to a myriad of other effects. Here is a silver token. It is a generic token item for 3 resources, destroy it, and draw a card. But we won't be doing that as much. We're going to be using cards like Cash-In to make the most of this. Yes, right. This is a callback to Crucible of War. We will finally have a competitive constructed use for Cash-In, and I think it's like legit good. So Cash-In is a 4-drop generic action with go again 2 block, and it says you may destroy 4 coppers, 2 silvers, or a gold you control rather than pay Cash-In's resource cost. Draw 2 cards. So basically, if you're able to fulfill 2 contracts and generate 2 silver, then you get some free card draw. So we'll talk about how I plan to use this and all that kind of stuff in just a moment. But I also want to talk about the new Assassin hero that was spoiled yesterday, Arachne Huntsman. I don't have a copy of the card, but I do have this image of the card here on my phone. So Arachne Huntsman is the new Assassin hero. He's just an Assassin hero, does not have any talents or anything. 4 intellect, 40 health. This is an adult hero, not a young hero, which is kind of crazy for a supplemental set. The last time we got an adult hero in a supplemental set, it was Starvo. So yeah, there's that. And he says, whenever you play a card with contract, you may look at the top card of your opponent's deck. You may put it on the bottom. And that's not a once per turn. That is whenever you play a card with contract, you are able to do that. So if you can play multiple contract cards a turn, you can look at the top of your opponent's deck and kind of sculpt it as you will. And I do know other contract cards have different case scenarios. So some of them will say something like, when it hits a hero, banish a card plus something else, right? This one banishes X, where X is the amount of damage, which is really good. So if you have another contract card on the combat chain that didn't hit, and didn't fulfill its contract, you can then eradicate to deal a bunch of damage, to banish multiple cards, and possibly fulfill multiple contracts with a single card. So, you know, if you're just looking at this kind of in a vacuum, it looks like, oh yeah, you get to banish some cards. Sure, it's like a mill thing, but it's really, really good in fulfilling other contracts that you have on the combat chain. And once again, when you play this, you at least get a little bit of insight, because Arachne will let you look at the top card of your opponent's deck and then choose to put it on the bottom or not. Super cool. I'm so stoked for Assassin, as you folks probably suspect. This part might go on for too long, but let's talk about some of these applications here, because this doesn't have Go Again. And some of the other Assassin cards, like the one spoiled by DM Armada, doesn't have Go Again. So you need to be able to give them Go Again with stuff like the Snapdragon Scalers and Razor Reflex here. So Snapdragon Scalers obviously giving Go Again to an attack action card with cost 1 or less. So that makes cards like Eradicate and other 1 and 0 drop assassin cards really, really good, because you can give them Go Again to go wide on a big turn. And then you also want other ways to give them Go Again, like Razor Reflex, you know, being able to deal 3 damage, and if it hits, then the attack gains Go Again. Super good. And then of course, I figured stuff like Nimblism combo very, very well with cards like Eradicate, where you can pump up their damage and make sure that you eradicate cards from the top of their deck. Super exciting. I also would like to mention cards like Captain's Call, which can give cards Go Again or pump them up as well. I think Captain's Call would make it into an Arachne deck. This is kind of my base shell here for Arachne. I've only seen a couple Assassin cards. I haven't seen much more than you have at this point, but I think cash-in is a crucial part of the strategy. You want to generate these silvers with your contracts and then cash in. So you can imagine a turn where you're able to play 2 contract cards, fulfill both contracts, giving Eradicate Go Again, and then playing cash in, and then just continuing the pain train. I'm not sure if this is going to be able to go as wide as something like Phi, but I think it's interesting, and I think it's super cool, and I cannot wait, absolutely cannot wait to play with Arachne. Obviously, it's the first deck that I'm building once Dynasty drops. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the weapon. I don't even know what the weapon does yet. I can't wait to see other cards. And I think one of my favorite things about this, and it was one of my big worries about the Assassin class, is I didn't want it to be like Merchant. I didn't want it to have, like, you know, an equipment and that was it and everything else had to be generic. No, we have actual Assassin attack actions, and that's one of the things that has me so stoked. I cannot wait to see what Legend Story Studios has in store for the Assassin class. I'm all in. I'm so in. Like, you know I was in. I know I'm in. Like, Assassin is my thing. I can't express how stoked I am for this. Oh, I'm so excited. You don't know how hard it was for me to see this and just like hold it in. Of course, I'm not gonna tell anyone or anything, but oh, it is like agonizing. It was agonizing. So thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think of Eradicate, of the Assassin class. We're gonna be talking about this a lot more here on Red Zone Rogue. It's our time to shine here, Rogues Gallery. It's our time. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks again, LSS, for sending me this preview card. It's perfect. We'll see you later.